It's time for Success in Real Estate with Frankie Griffin, owner and broker in charge of the Palmetto Success Team, certified residential specialist, accredited buyer representative, military relocation professional, real estate appraiser, and author of Success in Real Estate. If you are interested in buying or selling a home, investing in real estate, or having your home appraised, you will enjoy Success in Real Estate. Now, here's Frankie Griffin.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, broker in charge and appraiser. Thank you for joining in this morning. It's 9:07, and it's going to be a hot one today, 99 degrees, and our weatherman, Brian, says it's going to feel like 105. Good night, that's hot. You know, these are the times when it gets this hot when you wish you had a job underneath the house and not on the house. And our guest today is an expert underneath the house. We've got Bobby Bain with Bain Termite and Pest Control. Going to be talking about a number of issues and things I think you'll find to be very interesting and very helpful, if I can talk. But we've got, but we'd love to help you. If you got any questions, any comments, anything at all, anything real estate related, please give us a call. And, you know, and I keep getting people calling me off the air, which is fine, and emailing me off the air. And a very common comment I keep getting is, you know, there's things I'd like to ask you, Frankie, but a lot of times it's not really dealing with the subject matter or something that I'm talking about on the radio. Look, that's fine. You know, you don't have to call in and ask a question about the topic that I might be discussing. You know, we want to help you. That's what we're here for. We want to make sure if you have any real estate questions at all, give us a call. It does not have to be related to whatever our subject matter is. We want to help you. That's what we're going to do. Well, the number to call is 799-8255. Again, 799-8255. And again, in studio, I've got Bobby Bain with Bain Termite and Pest Control. And Bobby's been doing pest control stuff for, gosh, how long you been doing this now, Bobby?
Right at 40 years.
I know. I think you treated Noah's Ark back in the day.
Not quite that far.
But it's been a while. But Bob, I'm so glad to have you on the show. And, you know, let me just start out with the obvious, I guess. You know, termites, that's sort of what you deal with a lot. And, you know, what is kind of surprising to me, well, you know what, actually, you know, it's not very surprising anymore. But so many people that own homes do not have a termite bond.
Yeah, there's a lot. If you never had them, they really don't think you need it till you ever get those termites one time, and you never have to convince those customers again. And usually anybody in their family, if they see the damage, you don't have to convince them. But if they've never had them and they move in the area from up north or wherever, they probably never seen them till they get here.
Yep. Well, I mean, termites are here, and if you own a house, they're coming.
They in all the ground in South Carolina, and you built on top of their home, so that you got them. You
Yeah.
just ain't got in your house yet.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you've got to have a bond, because, you know, in more times than not, by the time you realize you've got them, they've already caused significant damage.
Yeah, they, you know, by that time there is some damage when you see them come through a wall or, you know, wherever.
Yeah. And in fact, I remember some time ago, I actually kind of leaned up against the wall. It was a drywall, interior wall, and went right through. It was nothing there but paper. I mean, they'll eat the sheetrock.
They don't eat the rock now, and if they eat all that paper, and then it'll fall apart on you.
Well,
They can't eat
maybe
the
that's
rock.
what happened
Yeah,
then.
they can't eat the rock now.
Well, I went right through that drywall, and that's what shocked me, because I had no idea that they would. So I guess it is the paper. I guess there. Well, they are pain. I know that, and you know, if I have a termite bond, explain to me, or what exactly does that mean? What do I get when I purchase a bond?
On a bond, most companies will cover you to a certain limit on the house. It could be 100,000, or it could be unlimited. It doesn't matter. That's sort of like an insurance policy. If you get termites or a problem with them, they will come take care of, get rid of the termites, and fix all your damage into the house. And so most companies have a limit, but there's some out there doesn't. You know, go all the way, whatever termites come into your house.
And you really need to kind of know the company you're dealing with, because some of them, and correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the bonds, all you're really, they'll come out and get rid of the termites, but it may not include repairing any damage.
Yeah, most of them have a repair bond, and some of them just have a service contract,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll come out and just get rid of the termites for you, and then you're responsible for the termite damage. But that's almost waste of your money, because they've done the damage then.
Yeah. Well, if I get a termite bond with you, that includes fixing damage.
Right, I don't have it one kind and fix all the damage.
And that's what I want, because that's the biggie right there. Now, and I don't know if we'll even got enough time to get into all this in a lot of detail, but we'll give it a shot. Different companies use different techniques to get rid of termites.
Basically everybody uses the same, but different. A lot of people use we use liquid and baits, and some companies just use the baits around the outside of the houses. But I use bait and liquid with both, because I don't trust the baits all the time. So we use a liquid and make sure you have no way keep them out of the house all the way.
Yeah.
But there's always, basically, we have standards we have to go by.
Is any of this hazardous, or can you get into it, or?
No, but you put it in the ground, you can always get into it. But it's very safe.
Well, I mean, if you got kids playing in the
No,
yard, is that?
it's very safe. You put it in the ground around the house. You're not putting it out in the middle of the yard, and most of it goes underneath and around.
Okay.
The baits are solid in little tubes, so they can get through.
Well, I know we're nearing the end of our first segment, but on the other segment, a few things I do want to get into or talk about. I know talking to bed bugs are a problem again.
Yeah, again, they are a big problem here in Columbia right now. We have been super busy with those, and they are bad.
Yeah, they'll eat you alive before you even know it. But we're going to talk about bed bugs, and another thing I've been seeing a lot of, and people showing all over Facebook, snakes seem to be bad right now. I mean, they're everywhere. But anyway, we're at the end of our first segment, and we'd love to hear from you. If you got any questions about termites or just pest control in general, maybe you got bugs, roaches, or whatever, and you want to figure out or want to know how to get rid of them, we got demand. Give us a call. The number in studio, 799-8255. Be right back with more Success in Real Estate.
100.7 FM and 1470 AM.
All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin. 9:17 in the morning. Going to feel like 105 degrees. Goodness, it's going to be warm. And we have in studio with us this morning Bobby Bain. Owns Bain Termite and Pest Control. I've been knowing Bobby for a lot of years, and just does an awesome job. One of the nicest people you'll ever meet. And I don't say that just because he's sitting here beside me. I say that honestly, and you know what? I'm going to tell you something else, Bobby. I think Katie takes after you a lot. She is just because she answers the phone, and she's always so nice, or at least to me, she is. Is she nice to everybody like that?
Well, she's supposed to be.
Because I'm going to tell you, that's a hard.
Talking about having to give her a raise, you need a hush.
Well, she is so good, so helpful when you call, because you're always busy, or at least you act like you're busy, and sometimes it's not
I'm
as.
under a house.
In fact, every time I talk to you, you're usually under a house.
That's right.
And you can hear kind of the echo under there, but I think you enjoy it. You're in your element down there. At least it's cooler.
Sometimes.
Well, let's talk about, and by the way, if you have any questions or comments, anything real estate related, give us a call, 799-8255, 799-8255. But, you were talking about these bed bugs being an issue. or did they kind of go away and now they're back again? Or
Well, it slowed down a little bit, maybe a couple years ago, but now they seem to be back in force, and they seem to be in everywhere and everybody. I mean, just not in one location. They're all over Columbia, all over, and just people traveling, and they getting them and coming home. Some of them out getting them from nursing homes or wherever.
oh
I have several
gosh,
people have that way, and they've been really bad. But now we used to spray for them, and we still do some spraying. But now we're doing heat treatment with it. We go in your house and heat the house up, and at 90 degrees it makes them move, and at 125 degrees it will kill them. So we heat the house up for 24 hours, about 130 degrees, and at a constant heat. It has to stay at that, and it dries them up, and they are gone. And this way you don't have to throw away as much. With the spraying, you almost have to throw away your whole house and remove the whole house to get to everything. But this stuff, the heat, you have to remove the plastic, like the candles, your makeup, and that kind of stuff, and some of your electronics. But any kind of, if you had any oil paintings, that kind of stuff, and any aerosols. But other than that, all your furniture, all that stuff stays. We just stand it up and let the heat get in it.
that's so obviously you got to move out
Yeah,
too.
you got
You
to
know?
be going. You
Yeah.
we go in and out, at least 3 times a day to check on the heat. We got to make sure the rooms are heating up right. So we in and out of it, and it is right hot in there. And it takes when it turns them off, we had to cool down. It takes about 2 hours to cool down before you can turn your air conditioning back on.
Well, it seems like, or at least a couple of years ago, when we were having problems with that, it was primarily around the I-95 corridor.
They have moved off those areas, but they still have a big problem with that, down in there. But now they're just about everywhere.
So it's not just hotels;
No,
they're
no,
everywhere.
they in people's houses bad right now.
Good night, and they are. I mean, they can eat you up. And knock on wood, I've never had bed bugs, but I've had friends and I know people that have. And I mean, it's tough. You can't get rid of them by yourself.
I know it's very hard. It's hard for us to do it too because we go in and heat it up. Then sometimes we have to go back and respray after a month and check on them and make sure they're gone. But it's a process with it.
Is there anything you can do to prevent it? To have? I mean, they just
Don't go anywhere. Don't let anybody come stay with you.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
let anybody come to your house because it's very easy to transfer. If they get on your shoes or in a pocketbook, and somebody comes to your house and sit down, they come out, you got it.
Well, and it was that usually you'd get it seemed like you get it at a hotel. They get in your luggage and stuff, and then you bring them home.
And that's still the case. But most hotels have kind of worked on that you don't get them, near as bad there, but they still bad.
Gosh, they're bad, and just about as bad are fleas. And a lot of people are you noticing problems with fleas?
It's starting to come in now. Most people treat their dogs and stuff, so you kind of went away with fleas, but they're coming back. I think they're getting immune to it now, and you're starting to see more and more calls come in for fleas.
Well, you can go to the store and buy these like bombs or whatever for fleas. Is that good? Does that work, or is that going to get rid of the fleas?
Well, probably not. It helped.
Well, anything helps, I
Oh, yeah.
guess. Burn the house down, that'll help. But I know I had and this is one of the reasons I do not like or allow pets in any of my rental properties. And a few years ago, and I know you remember this, but I had a tenant that snuck a pet into the house, and next thing you know, and then they left. I mean, they didn't tell me; they just moved out and left. Well, now I know why. Because I remember when I walked up to the door of the house just to check to see if they were still there or what. While I'm knocking on the door, I happened to look down, and my pants were covered with fleas. I mean, they were all in the yard.
Well, usually if the dog's there, still there, they wouldn't be. But when you take that host animal away, then the fleas have nothing to bite. They're waiting on you to come. So if the dog would have been still there, you would have never seen fleas.
Well, they were all in. I've never seen it that way. I mean, they were all in the yard, and I mean, it was bad. You had to make several trips.
Spray that yard, had to do the yard and the house.
Yeah, and the neighbors had. I mean, it was a mess, all because of one dog, and I was so aggravated. But somehow you got rid of them. Anyway, I don't have a problem with dogs. I just don't want them in my house. And but yeah, Joseph, he's got about 14 of them running around his place. In fact, you'll be over there dealing with fleas for long, I'm sure. They coming. You got fleas? Oh my gosh. Well, Bobby, you're gonna have to go over there and treat his house for fleas, I guess. But you also indicated mosquitoes are bad.
They have been bad this year. It seems like they've been worse this year than in the past. I don't know if they're getting immune to some of the chemicals we're using. As we had to change to a different chemical in the middle of the season here because they seem to be just not working very well. And they just been really terrible. We had to go back and respray as many houses because it didn't work very well. But we changed over and it seems like it's working good now. But yeah, the mosquitoes are bad this year. We had that cold winter.
Well, see, and that's always been amazing to me, and I guess I still don't really understand it. But how could if I've got if mosquitoes are bad, if I can't even go in my yard, especially in the evenings and stuff, because of mosquitoes? I mean, how do you what do you how do you get rid of them? I mean, it's not like they're just in my yard; they're everywhere. But I mean, you
Trying
can.
to put a barrier down on you spray the bushes and around the grasses and area, and when they land, it kills them. But it's very hard to, if they're next door neighbor and they come flying in the air to you, there's no way to stop them.
Yeah. So we got to get rid of the neighbors too.
That's true.
But God, those are bad. But I don't really see it that much anymore. But you used to see trucks going riding down the road with these foggers and.
Yeah, right now the Columbia's doing. They spray in the whole city right now. They're out 2 miles out right now. They did it last night, and I think they're doing it tonight too because the West Nile virus they found it uptown. A bird had died. So right now that's a big thing. So they are spraying heavy right now to try to make sure there's nothing else coming. But it is mosquitoes are bad. You don't want to get that.
Is that the West Nile?
Yeah.
In fact, I've got my night class, real estate night class I was teaching, and we've got a sheriff's deputy in the class, and he was telling me about that. It was one bird that died with West Nile virus or something.
Right. And it was found on Main Street, right on Main and Taylor, somewhere up that way.
How did they find one bird that had
no
died
idea.
and then decided that bird had West Nile?
They tested him. See, they saw the bird dead on the sidewalk, so they took him to the DHEC, and they did their test.
Do they do that every time they see a bird laid on the road, or?
I have no idea.
I mean, so if you see a bird dead anywhere around, you better pick him up and check him out or something, I guess. That's great. Well, what is West Nile? I mean, will that kill you or just make you sick? Or
Some people, older people, yes. And anybody has any kind of, problems or breathing problems, stuff like that, yes.
man,
It could.
are they just spraying? Is that what they're doing for
Yeah,
that?
they're spraying off trucks, big trucks, like you're talking about foggers.
Yeah.
They're going through doing that right now.
And we used to ride our bicycles behind these trucks back in the day, following them.
Yeah, we did.
And we're still alive. It can't touch us. And back then, I don't think they knew what a mask was or anything.
Probably DDT too.
Yeah, smelled good.
Yeah.
But that's why we're not affected. We're immune
That's right.
now. So we need. No, I won't go there. Never mind. All right. So there can be all kind of pests that can get in your house and bother you. Obviously, probably the more common problem most people have are like roaches and stuff like that. But I know at least we have a service agreement, and you come out every quarter or something like that, and spray. And because before you started doing that, I mean we had problems with just bugs and ladybugs and I mean they just somehow when it gets hot they're looking for a cooler spot. I guess is that what they're doing?
Some of them are, and most of them are just looking for food, place to eat.
Oh.
House a good place to eat.
Well, there's nothing needed in my house right now, and I've talked to my wife about that, but there's still nothing to eat. So, but anyway, you come out and spray, but that helps. I mean, that not just. I mean, we don't have the bugs running around like we did there for a while, but do you have to spray inside and outside for it to be effective?
No, you can just do the outside or the inside, either way. Whatever. Depends on what you have, what kind of pest problem you have. You look at that and go from there.
Now, when you're crawling under the house, are you seeing snakes? Do you see? Oh, I know you see some, but
I see some.
but it just seems like more than usual. You see the people putting on Facebook where snakes are getting in the yard and sometimes in the house. And I don't even know how they get in the house. Good night.
They can get it, if they get the head through, they're coming through. But most of them are looking for mice, something to eat, and that's why they're in the house. Mice, frogs, or lizards around your house. They look for something to eat.
So if you get rid of your mice and frogs, you won't have the snake
You
problem.
get rid of the bugs in your house, frogs don't have to eat, or the lizards, so you go down the food source.
Good grief. Well, we're out of time for this segment, but again, we'd still love to hear from you if you have any questions, any comments. Give us a call, 799-8255. Be right back with Success in Real Estate. All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, broker in charge and appraiser. It's now 9:34 in the morning. Again, it's going to be a very hot day today. It's going to feel like 105. And apparently the temperature is going to be right around 100, maybe 99 or so. But to me, it's all about the feels like. And when you're working outside, now, Bobby, one thing we can feel blessed about, at least we're not on top of the roof.
Yes,
We're not roofers this time of year. I'd monkey before I got up the ladder, I think. I mean, it's just hot out there. So you got to be really, really careful with whatever you're doing outside. But, if you have any questions, any comments, anything real estate related, love to help you out. The number to call is 799-8255. Again, 799-8255. And right now, let's go straight to our phone lines where we've got Frank on the line. How you doing this morning, Frank?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Oh, this is such a fine day today.
Yes, it is. Every day is a good day if we make it that way.
Oh, yes. There you
Whether
go.
it rain, shine, sleet, or snow, we can have our way within our hearts, how we feel when we treat people.
Yep, there you go. Well, you're going to get plenty of sun today.
Yes, we are. Here's what's happening. My mother retained the deed to the property, went to court for it. She was at the house for a year. By law, she had to stay at the house and went through divorce. She's 88, and they divorced. He suffered from dementia and aggressiveness and Alzheimer's, so it didn't work. He became a little violent. But anyhow, she got the deed to the house. But he's still paying on the mortgage. We would like to get the mortgage paid by her. And he sends the payment in, it comes in late sometime and so forth, but we can't finance the house or have a reverse mortgage. We can't get repairs because he's signing and paying the mortgage out of North Carolina.
Huh. So he doesn't own the house anymore, but he's still on the mortgage.
Right.
Why would he want to make the payments?
Right. So, yeah. So that's the problem with, and we went through with a lawyer. All the stuff went through, pregnancy with a lawyer in here. We went through mitigation and all that kind of stuff. And he said, okay, what I agreed to do is give you the house, and I won't pay the mortgage. He pays the mortgage $740 a month, so he sent the payment in to pay that. We want the right to pay the mortgage company so we can do in repair or reverse or whatever. What's the best option?
Well, number one, I'd call Erica West.
That's what I had in mind.
Yep.
I was just waiting on you to say
yep. Yeah, Erica can certainly help you with that. But if your mom owns the house now, I don't see any reason why she can't refinance. I mean,
go ahead.
Well, assuming she's not upside down in the house, there's some equity in the house, she should be able to just refinance it, pay off that mortgage that the guy in North Carolina is paying.
Right.
and then just assume the payments herself by doing that. But again, yeah, Erica West, she's the best. That's who I would call.
Okay, I'll probably call Erica. What's the number you have?
Well, I tell you, I'm trying to remember what her number is, but
Sometimes you give it on the phone. Sometimes when
I
you're
do,
on air.
and you know, sometimes I can remember, and sometimes I have a problem with it. But I tell you, if you go to my website, frankiegriffin.com, click on Real Estate Partners, and you'll see her there, Erica West. She's with Lending Path Mortgage, and she's on Facebook. You can just go to Mortgage Go To Gal, and find her there on Facebook too, if you want to. But
But I can go to your page, which is Frankie what?
frankiegriffin.com.
That's right. That's what I thought. And I can see Erica West there.
Yeah.
Go from there. But that's something that
Well, actually,
having an attorney
well,
having an attorney seems like, so we don't have to worry about what he's paying, the mortgage. So when we refinance it, but we don't have the information on where the payment is being sent.
yeah, and all that seems like a problem because I'm gonna tell you, obviously, there's still a lien on that house, which is kind of confusing to me. I'm not sure how they transferred ownership without paying off that lien. To be honest with you,
Right.
So,
Right.
there may be some other things going on that we're not sure about, but again, I know Erica. She is very, very knowledgeable. In fact, Brian, because he is so good, actually looked up Erica's phone number. So I've got it if you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Her cell phone is 528-5019.
528-5019.
Yep, area code's
Thank
803.
you. Have
But,
a nice day.
all right, buddy. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. And again, if you have any questions, any thoughts, or anything we can help you with, we'll certainly do our best. And if I don't know the answer, there's a good chance I know who does. And I'm going to tell you, you know, as I was telling Frank, if you go to my website, frankiegriffin.com, you'll see a link there, Real Estate Partners, and you'll see, as far as I'm concerned, the very best at what they do listed there. I mean, they are absolutely awesome. So Erica West, obviously, you'll see there. You'll see Bain Termite and Pest Control. They are right there. In fact, we've got Bobby Bain, the man, in studio with us this morning, and we're talking about a number of issues and trying to figure out what's the best way to control these pests, I guess. But, you know, Brian brought up during the break that, you know, spiders are another problem. You said those could be kind of tough to get to kill.
Yeah, because you spray the house, you spray around the base or on the floors, wherever, not spraying airs. And, you know, most spiders are hanging up in the air on you, and they fall down. If they don't go into chemical, you have to walk through the chemical.
Yeah.
You're not going to get them. You can use a aerosol in it, get it that way. But, you know, they are one of the harder ones.
And there's just apparently there's some way that they get into the house, and not just but any insects and stuff. And as you said, it's because they're looking for something to eat.
Where it's cool, you know, damp and wet. You know, they go in where it's dark, and they get in those places.
So if I have roaches in my house, does that mean I'm not cleaning my house? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Bobby?
Well, not really. You can easily get them, bring them in through, you know, another way from the grocery store, from stores, or storing stuff in the store, and then bring them into your house that way. And then they're in there, and then, you know, they look for something to eat them, sure.
Well, this is another reason, I guess, to have a service agreement. And I'm going to tell you, these are really nice to have. And I know you're, in fact, you're getting ready, maybe hopefully next week, go out to the school and spray, because we want to make sure that we don't have bugs and roaches and stuff running around. So, but, you know, you can get sick. I mean, those are nasty.
A lot of people with breathing problems and they asthma and stuff have problems with that, with roach droppings.
Yeah.
And that's really bad for them.
And especially if they get into your air ducts and that is really blowing. Golly. And you know, you've dealt with a lot of some significant infestations. Well, I know you're trying to tell me something. I can't hear nothing with my.
Yeah, right now, let me switch gears with you a little bit. Right now with the real estate, it's real good. Most houses are selling less than a month, and that's why it's so important that you get that CL 100 done when you put that on the market, or because there's so much problems going on with people's houses, and we are slammed right now, and people are calling us to do it, and there's so much work out there right now. That's why you need to get there to the real estate stuff.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent point. And and by the way, how long is you come out to do a termite letter, a CL 100 letter?
30 days.
They're 30 days.
30 days.
So you do want to get inspected. I know when I'm listing houses, we like to have these inspections done in advance before we put it on the market. Last thing we want to do is find problems after it goes under contract. But sometimes that happens, and then we have to just deal with it. And of course, you always come out and help with that, and that's a big helps a lot. But have you ever noticed that when agents do call, we need it like right now?
Yes, right now. Everything's right now. Even the repairs, they'll wait till we close it on Friday. Here's Monday. So you got a short period of time to Monday.
Yep. All right, well, we got one more segment to go. Love to hear from you. 799-8255. Be right back with Success in Real Estate.
And 1470 AM.
All right, good morning again. Welcome back to Success in Real Estate. I'm Frankie Griffin, broker in charge and appraiser. Love to hear from you in this final segment on Friday morning. It's about 9:48, so time is flying by. And in studio, we've got Bobby Bain with Bain Termite and Pest Control. So pretty much everybody, especially in real estate, knows Bobby Bain. I mean, who doesn't know Bobby Bain? Been doing it for a long time, does such a really good job with everything he does. And again, if you have any questions, any comments, the number 799-8255, 799-8255. But, Bobby, you've got, I guess for lack of better word, you've got a construction crew, basically, that, because, you have damage, especially if termites hit. You're going to have damages, but you've got people that can go out there and fix things and take care. And nobody's ever beat any of your prices.
I don't know about
So,
that.
well, not on mine, they haven't.
Well, I have a construction end of the business too, and have a licensed contractor that works with me, and we work together. So we do pretty good. Yeah.
Well, let me talk about in this last segment, because we haven't really hit on this, but probably the number one issue when it comes certainly to the CL 100, the termite inspections, because I know everybody's thinking termites, that's what the inspection's for. But if there's going to be a problem, it's usually water related.
Yeah, around your bathrooms and your doors and stuff, even outside your house where your woodwork goes down the door jambs and stuff like that. That's part of your CL 100, and you can walk around your house and see if you have any rot. That's going to be on the letter. Any water damage underneath the house from your bathrooms, your showers, and seal damage. That's all covered under that. Any kind of moisture problems.
Yeah, and I know you're going to measure the moisture level under the house, and at what point do we need to be concerned? 18, 19?
Well, we like to go, it hits 19 to 20, you got a problem. Average house runs around 15, so you don't have a lot to play with, but that's, 15 is great. Most houses are that.
So if you get in the high teens percent, say 19% moisture level, we need to start looking at something.
You start looking what's going on, because it's moving up, and hitting the 20, 21%, that's a problem.
And this time of the year, the humidity's always bad around here, so there's just moisture in the air.
And there's gonna be a lot this time of year too. You have to kind of look at that, and know what you're doing and see what's happening.
Yeah. So if we do have, let's say we've got 20 plus moisture level under the house, what do you do about it? I mean, how can we fix? I know there's several options, but what might?
If it does not get it, most houses have vents. You got this time of year they need to be open, where the house can get air underneath it. It needs to have that air moving, because it gets under there, and then if the water's dropping off your furnace area, it's not draining out right. You get sitting, so you're getting all that moisture out of there, and insulation pulls it up into it, and the wood sucks it up in. So you're getting a lot of that, and you can put a vapor barrier down if the ground's staying damp, or it's water going under the house from outside. You can put drains under the house. There's all kind of, or they even have enclose the house. There's all kind of ways to do it now.
Well, and you're seeing, or I'm seeing more and more look like moisture barriers people are just putting down, which is basically just putting plastic down over the ground.
Yeah, it puts that barrier down between the ground and the wood, for sucking it up in there. Easier to see it.
But then you see some houses that are completely encapsulated.
Well, that way they close the vents up and they put a dehumidifier under the house, and it works good. But the only problem with that is if you have to treat the termites, it's hooked to the walls and you have to remove it, and that can be expensive sometimes. You can't, And another thing with those, if you don't have somebody go under the house if the humidifier fails, and then you have a swimming pool under the house because all the water's going under, has nowhere to go, and it'll fill up and the water be all on top of the plastic, just like a pool under the house.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And to encapsulate, that's expensive in itself.
Very expensive because most time you need to put drains underneath the plastic to make sure if water does come in, it has a way to get out with a pump or whatever. And yeah, it can be because most houses are not easy to get to underneath. You start to work under the house.
Goodness. Well, I do like the moisture barriers. I do. It makes me feel better. Maybe. Well, is that a good investment to put a moisture barrier?
It wouldn't hurt.
Okay. And one of the biggest, when I'm doing appraisals, of course, I don't crawl all under the house, but we do what we call a head and shoulder. I'll look under there, and what one of the things I tend to see a lot, which does not seem like a good idea to me, people use their crawl space for storage. Putting wood and just all kind of stuff.
You'd be surprised what they can put under a house. I've seen motorcycles under houses. I've seen car parts, engines. I don't know how they got them under there, but it's under there. But most time, if you would put it up on a block, up on a shelf, and not sit it straight on the ground, the wood would be okay. But it's best not to store a whole lot under your house.
We had a house we were dealing with probably a year or so ago, and I don't even know why they had this, but they had like boxes of books. Just I mean, there's like 10, 15 boxes full of books, magazines, laying on the ground, and they were eat up. I mean, termites were all in. Now, thank goodness they had not gotten into the house yet, but they were certainly making a dinner out of all these books and stuff.
That's paper made out of wood, so they'll go. They eat all that stuff, especially books and stuff. They like that.
So if we're looking for storage, we probably need to just build a little shed or put a little shed out in the back instead
Make sure it's up off the ground.
So if it's off the ground, we're probably okay.
Yeah, for a while.
But the crawl space, it was never intended as a storage, I assume.
Well, some houses built way off the ground is perfect storage. They love that. You can put lawnmowers and stuff under the house, but you put lawnmowers in the house with gasoline in it.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah. Well, and I ain't gonna lie. I used to do that because on one side of our house, you could almost stand up under the house, and I'd put my lawnmower on it because at the time I didn't have another shed. But you could, after cutting the grass inside the house, you could smell the fumes off that lawnmower. So I'm sure that was real good for us too. But anyway, you got to be careful about things you put in the crawl space, and the attic can be a problem too because, and I know you dealt with this years ago. Bats can get in your attic and not even know about it.
Oh yeah, they come in from the eaves of the house, and there's any kind of hole they can get through. They'll come in, and most bats are like family, so they come each other. They come,
Mm-hmm.
and so there'll be a bunch in there, and you don't want that in there because bats are good. They eat mosquitoes, but you don't want them in your house because the waste from them is very toxic.
And I mean, they can cause a lot of problems because I'm sure you remember the bat house.
Oh yeah.
You always get asked about that.
Oh
don't
yeah.
you? The bat house. What? And
the lady just I still do her house, but I still see her.
Really?
Yeah, still see her.
She's an older lady, isn't she?
Not that old.
Well, but you know, you were.
Who you calling old?
I still. Well, you, you know, and in fact, I was telling somebody just real quick. I was at a restaurant and I ran into. I noticed there was a couple people at the table beside us. There was an old couple, and then figured out it was somebody I went to school with. It was in my class. I'm like, good grief, how can they be that old? But you know, but these bats, you know, they can get in that house, and it took a long time to clean out that. Jerry Fowler was
Yeah, you have to
sort
clean all
of.
the insulation out and have it sprayed and all that because they use the bathroom and all that. So you got to get all that stuff out. Once you get the bats out.
I never actually went to the house. I was listening to Jerry Fowler when he was going through it, talking about it, all the different issues and things with that. But that was an ordeal. It sounded like, but anyway, I know we're just about out of time, and you know, you be careful out there this weekend. Again, it's going to be very hot all weekend long. But if we can help you, anything real estate related, if you're ready to sell your house or buy one, give us a call, and you can go to my website, frankiegriffin.com. There you'll find all my contact information. And if you need to get in touch with Bobby Bain, his information's right there too. Just click on Real Estate Partners. All right, we've had a great time on the show. Hope you have a very good weekend. Been listening to Success in Real Estate on the